Music with Sarah.
All right, babe. This is your song of the week. I don't know how many people really are watching or care about the song of the week, but no one's made a comment, so we're going to keep going.
Hey, well,
and you got
I
like
care,
500 to go through.
At least there's a lot of good ones out there.
Last week we did an older one. This one is kind of a mix. This one is a mix of a new song and an old song, a really old song.
A really old song,
So it kind of takes a hymn, and then they take their spin on it, but it still has the hymn chorus.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
so this one is called Grace Greater by Travis Cottrell.
Cottrell. Yeah, we thought it was Cottrell for many years
For
until
years we said Travis Cottrell.
until he told us it was Cottrell, and not him personally, but on a video.
Right. And I figured, I guess we can't argue with him about it, the
That's
way
his
he
name.
pronounces
That's his name. So Cottrell.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Grace Greater, and there's a hymn called Grace Greater Than Our Sin, which actually I think is a great hymn.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. It's one of my favorites. And so something some people do is they take an old hymn and they change it up a little bit. And this one, he actually keeps the chorus of the hymn exactly the same as the hymn. So it's done just the same.
So he just added his own verses to it.
Right, but he took out the verses and he put his own verses, and I like the way it sounds. I think
Some people don't like that. Don't mess with the hymns.
Right, I get it.
But I think this one works. They kept the chorus, added the new verses, and so why do you like it? Just because of the mix?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think
it's talking about grace.
Well, anything about the grace of God.
Right.
And I just feel like, I even wrote this verse down, which everybody knows, Ephesians 2:8, for by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God.
Yep.
And anything about to remind us of God's grace is going to make it high up on my charts.
Absolutely.
Because without the grace of God, we have nothing.
Right.
And it just, especially at the end, it says, I'll fix my eyes on the cross forever. I'll put my hope in the love of a Savior. All my sin and all my shame is gone.
Your
because
grace is
his grace is greater.
Right.
And his grace is greater than all our sin. And, when you're feeling like you really messed up or, you're not good enough. Well, it's true, we're not.
Right.
But the grace of God comes in, and he is good enough, and his grace is greater than all our sin. Our shame is gone. He's taken all that away when we believe in him.
Yep.
And so I feel like the message is great. I feel like there's a great version of the song for those that are okay switching things up a little bit.
Yeah, well, what I like with some of the people who do these days, especially with like Travis Cottrell, he's not one of your mainstream, like he's a little bit softer and gentler when it comes to worship styles.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I like him. But the taking a hymn, some people don't know the hymn.
Yeah.
Because they've been raised in churches that don't sing hymns. And if you don't know this hymn, it's a shame. This is a really good hymn. And so I know some of the hymn people might not like it because it added verses. And some of the people are like, this is like, what is this? But he mixes it together and does a pretty good song. So Grace Greater.
And actually in the verses, he has some words that allude to the original verses. Like in the first one where he says, dark is the stain.
Right.
Well, that's how one of the verses starts, is dark is the stain.
So he kind of modernized the verses, but kept the chorus the same. And I'm all right with that if it turns out all right. And,
when it works.
Right. When
and
it
this
works,
one
it
works.
works.
This one's really good.
I think this one's a plus. We don't always agree on some of those, but it's hard to argue with this one. It's just a simple song about grace, and I love the hymn.
Yeah.
And the hymn is classic, obviously. And what he does to it and how he does it with the music and everything, accompaniment with it's very good.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot too.
Definitely a winner in my book.
So go check it out. Travis Cottrell, not Cottrell, one of his newest albums, and it's called Grace Greater.